Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So I want to start off with Allie and Will for a minute because Will stops by to pretty much tell her that she's leaving, even though it's kind of bad timing with Marlena and Sunny and everything like that. You know, the LA business or whatever is still moving, so he has to get back on that plane and move with it. And Allie talks about her fight that she had with Chanel, the letter that she got in the morning. And the letter pretty much was just saying, thanks for, it's really good that we made up and stuff like that, the night before. But for some odd reason, it wasn't good enough for Allie. Like, she still looked at it like, oh, well, I don't understand it. Will was just like, I don't get it. You got a letter you made up and everything like that. What's the issue? So, of course, she brings up her issues with her other brother and, Chanel. And honestly, to tell you the truth, this whole conversation just can't. It just boils down to her being insecure. It boils down to her being insecure and she doesn't know and she's confused. And so, oh my god, her dumbass actually says that she wants to have a threesome with her and Alex. And Will was like, listen, I'm not against the idea as long as everyone's for it. Just make sure that you're not just doing this for her. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, that's what she sounded like she was doing it for. It sounded like she wanted to do it because, she still likes men and, she doesn't want her to miss out on anything. And I'm just like, I don't know what these people see in her. I really don't. I mean, yeah, I admit I've said it in the past, and I'll stand by that. Yeah, she's pretty, you know, with the right outfit, she looks good. But the minute that she starts opening up her mouth and starts talking, it's like everything just starts to literally fall apart. And it's almost as though she took the advice that Will was saying, and she was just like, "Yeah, okay," and then just did the exact opposite. Because eventually Chanel comes back. And Chanel's they're talking about, oh, I talked about it being with Ava, the age difference, which by the way is complete and utter BS, okay? Because we all know that if it was her and she was going out with an older woman or older guy, she would be totally okay with it. So her sitting there bringing up Ava's age is just BS, absolute crap. Oh, she was a mob princess and da 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 da. So I kind of helped them figure it out, and Chanel's not there hearing the fact that Allie hearing the fact that Chanel practically steered Johnny away from Ava. She goes do she does the exact opposite of what Will says. She literally comes out her mouth and like, "We need to have a threesome with Alex Kyriakis." I'm just like, what? Mm. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Not approved. Okay, not. Like I said, I have a library. I have an entire collection of that stuff. This isn't about that. This is even about. Okay, I guess it's about me. It's literally about the fact that she is going to do this for the wrong reasons. When she just talked to her wiser older brother and did the exact opposite. So now Chanel's looking at her like, the hell? What? What? Johnny, now before that, Johnny was there on the park bench or whatever, um, with his cup of coffee. And some woman just like throws him, some change in his cup. And I'm just like, does he even look like he's homeless? I can see if he had some like raggedy clothes or whatever, it was kind of dirty. But it always seemed like it was just this dude was just sitting there with his cup of coffee, just thinking. and you throw change and you mess up his coffee, like, because what? He looked like he was homeless. So Chanel comes over there and Chanel's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're homeless. I'm going to sit there and talk to Allie and we're going to sit there and get this whole thing straightened out. And after a while, Johnny's like, no. I'm fine. Okay. I was just sitting there thinking, and the woman just decided to change my damn coffee at this point. So that happens. Um, so yeah, that happens. Then they talk. They talk about obviously they talk, but they talk about you know where Johnny wants to stay at. Does he want to sit there and stay with Ava? Does he want to sit there and stay with EJ? And of course, Chanel gave him advice for her own self. She gave him the type of advice for her own selfish reasons. She was like, well, things didn't really happen. It didn't really work out for y'all. So I think, I don't think anything's going to come from it. And basically, he should move back in with his dad. Saying that, well, because something didn't happen then, it's never going to happen. And granted, I know she's doing it for selfish reasons, but Ava did sit there and say, hey, listen, if you come back, we're just going to sit there and be friends. You're going to sleep on the floor. I'm like, the whole sleeping on the floor thing would have just been paused for anyone. Anyone with a brain, anyway. But, yeah, maybe nothing's going to happen, so, all right, go back to EJ. Go back to live with his dad. But she wasn't giving that advice because she wanted to be a good friend. She was giving him that advice because she wanted to stay him away from the competition. So when she came in there and told Allie was like, oh, yeah, all that useless information that my brother gave me, I'm just going to dump that all out. Just Ava and Gabby talking. At first Gabby doesn't want Ava to move back into the Mara place, to get sucked back in, this, that, and the third. And once again, she cites, hey, listen, the reason why you probably didn't do anything with Johnny is because you won his dad instead. So they go back and forth. They talk about Stefan for a little bit. Eventually, Ava does meet Johnny in the park. EJ was meant to trying to contact both of them throughout the day, but then towards the end, they both want to move him back in. Stefan was with EJ, and one of the things that EJ asked was, if you're sorry, because first of all, it came down to a topic of Gabby looking good and everything like that. Literally, he was talking about her dairy area. Um, and at first, Stefan was like, oh, she's gross, this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, she may look good, but he just kept protesting how much the very sight of her, you know, turns his stomach. So AJ was like, well, if that's the case, then why are you still wearing the ring? Why are you still wearing the ring? And of course, Stefan tried to make a bunch of excuses. Oh, I just woke up and I had a lot of time to complete this, that, and the third, and just blah, 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 blah. Just excuses after excuses. So Stefan decided to go to the Mara Enterprises to literally personally hand her back the ring that she gave him. And I'm like, that's such a dick move. I mean, let's be honest. You're rich. You could have sent anybody to do that. You could have mailed it to a brother's place. No. You decided you want to go there personally to hand her back a ring. I'm like, wow. I mean, hell, I don't even like Gabby that much, and I still thought that was just like, well, very dickish. Um, One of the things that Gabby was meant to talk about with Ava was that it just seemed like it was kind of odd. How even a couple of times when um Stefan was talking to EJ, talking about how disgusting she is and he doesn't want her anymore. He wants no parts of her. Even EJ was just like, this seems like it's kind of out of nowhere. And one of the things that Gabby was meant to say was like, what did Rob do to him? Because it's literally a 180. Hell, even after Ava left, I guess she was meant to she hired a PR to sit there and try to find him. She's like, yo, where is he at? You need to sit there and get on that because I need answers. Um, Said to Ava that she needs closure because she needs to understand like what brought this on. So Rafe isn't it telling Jada, listen, you need to clock out, you're done, you got big plans or whatever, you're gonna be doing something. You're gonna do something with me, we're gonna sit there and hang out and celebrate our win. Um they talk about Eric and Nicole, and then Rafe is like, hey, how about we sit there and stop over and give them some dinner? You mean spy, right? Because that's literally what you're doing. You could just sit there and say spy, okay? It's fine. It's cool. You're spying. It is what it is. Um, Meanwhile, Eric is sitting there feeling down in the dumps, and he tells Nicole about his mother and Kate and Caleb. So he's feeling depressed and stuff, and Nicole gives him a hug, and then right after the hug, because here's the thing, they do come in there, but they come in after the hug. They come in literally after he got done with the hug. So Eric at this point is like, yeah, listen, uh, Marlene's in the hospital. She got some sort of mystery illness, and I just was feeling really down. And she was there to comfort me. I mean, he literally was like, yo, because Nicole was like, well, this isn't what it looks like, and I was like, Nicole, just stop talking. I was like, stop talking. I felt like Eric sensed that too, and he was like, no, let me do the talking because you know. So he explains to them why he was upset and everything like that. And he left. Jada went with him to sit there and make sure that his head was on straight. Um, Rafe was a little kind of, I mean, Rafe, he understood. He was like, all right, listen, she's been a good friend. His mother is in the hospital. So it's not like there's anything that fishy is going on. But part of him was like, you sort of look in his eye when you watch, you were just like, yeah, I know. Like your mouth is saying one thing, but your eyes is not there saying something else. It's like you're sitting there trying to tell your body everything's gonna be okay. It was just a hug. The dude is feeling sad. He's lonely and he's just feeling sad and sorry at him. So I get it. And I felt like that's what his body was. It's like he's trying to force his body to commit to this. And afterwards, they start laughing and kissing and stuff like that. But like, dude, you got a quickie marriage with this woman with a shady past. And Grati has a shady past as well. But and then I also sit there and I look at it. I was like, remember how he felt? Lying to Ava and going behind her back and everything like that. And now you're walking in and you see some sort of weird situation going on with your wife and her ex, and you're laughing about like everything is cool. But I'm like, this is why I respected Ava because Ava, throughout her relationship with Rafe, she literally was like, yo, listen, what's going on? If you want me to step aside, you want to be with Nicole, just say so. Just say the word. Because she wasn't going to sit there and be living with that fear and insecurity and doubt and everything like that, which Allie is doing right now. She wasn't going to do it. She wasn't going to play those games. But now you got Rafe that's doing the exact same thing. He's in the exact same situation as Ava was. I mean, granted, they didn't do anything yet, but still, he's still feeling all those same emotions. So I don't feel bad for him because it's karma. That's literally what he gets for doing what he did. So I don't feel bad for him. But, Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else that really happened of significance. It wasn't a super amazing episode. It wasn't a terrible episode. But in some ways, does it kind of feel a little bit like a filler, which is unfortunate. Um, I don't know. A lot of times with these soap operas, I know that they all can be like bangers and crazy stuff going on. And a lot of times with these shows, and I say this about General Hospital, is that even when the episode is not super amazing, the one thing that keeps these shows um entertaining for people is the characters. A lot of times where there's not a lot of stuff that's going on is character driven. And that's the same thing for this show. It's very character driven. If you like Schnell, if you like Allie, you like Will, you like EJ, Stefan and Gabby and Ava and stuff like that, then you're gonna enjoy the show. So I would sit there and say it. I would say that much. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.